It's time for Caribbean News, covering current events from around the world, regionally and locally, with Sean Garrity on this station. It's news the Caribbean can use. And now, the details. St. Vincent government gives green light for Vincy Mass. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves says Vincy Mass will return to St. Vincent and the Grenadines' cultural calendar in March this year. But he cautioned that the COVID-19 vaccination rate would determine the festivity's size. It was decided clearly that we will have Carnival this year, Gonsalves said on a radio program on Sunday. He told listeners that the health authorities will ramp up their vaccination efforts over the next 2 months with the hope of vaccinating 70% of the 80,000 people who are 12 years and older. As of Sunday, health authorities had administered 63,669 doses of COVID-19 vaccines. The country's government paused the Vincy Mass for the past 2 years due to the virus. Gonsalves says the decision to hold a festival this year was made at Cabinet last Wednesday after a 2-hour discussion with the Carnival Development Corporation. He said that there are 3 primary functions of Carnival. Vincy Mass is a mass cultural event that showcases talent in mass, calypso, pan, and other areas and is an economic activity. 6 years in prison for central bank governor. Robert Van Tricht, the former central bank governor in Surinam, will spend 6 years in prison for his role in a corruption case involving over $800,000. According to the Daily Herald, he was on the job for just under 1 year before getting discharged dishonorably on January 30. Judge Maitri Kulip Singh sentenced the 48-year-old son of Education Minister Lillian Ferrier to 8 years following his conviction on violating the Anti-Corruption Act, forgery, embezzlement, money laundering, and participation in criminal enterprise. However, he will spend only 6 years because he was behind bars from February of 2020, according to Judge Kulip Singh. The judge said there was large-scale corruption in this case, but she considered that Van Tricht was a first-time offender at sentencing. The prosecution had sought a 10-year sentence. In entertainment, Spice calls out hypocritical male artists over same-sex scenes in music videos. Queen of Dancehall Spice has once again pointed to what she says is the hypocrisy of her male colleagues who, on one hand, put women engaging in sexual activities with each other in their music videos, yet lash out at the rest of the LGBTQ community. She made her point during a recent interview with Forbes magazine, in which she was asked about dancehall and reggae culture's complex relationship with the LGBTQIA+ community and her experience as an ally to the community. I believe as a Caribbean woman that even though the community makes it seem like it is against the LGBT community, I feel it's hypocritical because a lot of male artists use 2 females making out in their videos. And so it's hypocritical because it's likely they're saying it's okay to be a member of the LGBTQ community if you're female because they enjoy it and they sing about it, Spice says. Intense, Skilly Bang, and Massacre are among the male dancehall artists who have had lesbian scenes embedded in their music videos. In business, Tesla recalls cars that may disobey stop signs. Tesla is recalling 54,000 vehicles with self-driving software that may refuse to obey stop signs. Julian Sadowit reports from Reuters.
Tesla is recalling almost 54,000 US vehicles which it fears may fail to obey stop signs. The recall affects some cars fitted with its full self-driving software. There's concern they may not stop properly at some intersections, posing a safety risk. The move covers specified Model 3, S, X and Y vehicles. Tesla introduced the so-called rolling stop function in October, allowing vehicles to avoid a full stop at quiet junctions. That appeared to violate state laws requiring a complete halt at intersections. Tesla will now do an over-the-air update to tackle the problem. It's been testing an improved version of its self-driving software on public roads. Despite the name, it doesn't offer fully autonomous driving. Back in November, it recalled almost 12,000 vehicles over a communication error that could cause unexpected emergency braking.
In sports, Henry says Windies women upbeat ahead of 3rd ODI in South Africa. Windies women's fast bowler Chanel Henry says the players are upbeat and ready for the 3rd ODI against host South Africa at the Wanderers Stadium in Johannesburg. The Windies hold a 1-0 lead in the 4-match series after a super over victory over the Proteas in Game 2, and a win will seal a series win for the Caribbean women. Henry says once they do the basics right, they'll give themselves a fighting chance. And your Palm Beach weather forecast: mostly sunny with a high near 78 degrees. Southeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts as high as 20 miles per hour. Later on at night, it's partly cloudy with a low around 67. Southeast winds 7 to 10 miles per hour. And in Fort Lauderdale, mostly sunny with a high near 79 degrees. Breezy with a southeast wind 11 to 16 miles per hour with gusts as high as 21 miles per hour. Later on at night, partly cloudy with a low around 69 degrees. Southeast winds 9 to 11 miles per hour. And that was the news, entertainment, and sports with Sean Garrity. Be sure to stay tuned to this station for more news from around the world, locally, and the Caribbean.